Do you feel like there's something not quite right in the world, but you're not entirely sure what? And do you feel like no matter how hard you try, you really don't fit in? Well, there's a very good reason for this, and you are not alone. Today, we're going to look at the human-made world we live in and why it is not supporting humans to thrive. This is the third episode in a 4-part series exploring my new book, Unity: How the Universe, the World, and You Really Work. In part 1, we covered how the universe, consciousness, and energy works. In part 2, we covered how we, as human beings, are designed to function and how separation and trauma are stopping us from living to our full potential. In this episode, we'll look at part 3 of the book, Human-Made Systems and the Unnatural Reality We've Created Here on Earth. We're going to cover human history and is what we've been told the truth, co-creation, the human-made systems and tools of control, and the artificial nature of our human-made world. Make sure you check out the first 2 episodes at some stage. They're appearing on the screen or the links in the description. Let's dive right in. So part 3 starts with chapter 10. So we've been exposed to 2 theories of human development, either through evolution or creation, and the answer probably lies somewhere in between and includes both. So we were either placed on the earth or evolved from the simplest life form to a human being, but at some point we appeared as human beings in our current form, and from that point onwards we've been given a narrative that human history evolved in a linear form through the agricultural revolution and farming, and then the scientific revolution, which expanded our knowledge and understanding of the world, and it resulted in the industrial revolution, advancements in technologies, which leads us to where we are today. So we are told that throughout this process, human beings naturally created societies based on a system of authority and hierarchy, where rulers, monarchs, and governments and a small group of people have power and control over the rest of the people. And now that artificial intelligence and technology will begin to replace and enhance the human form. So I just want to read a short extract from the book. Many propose we continue to follow this projected timeline, which they claim to be a natural evolution of human domination over the planet and the rest of the species. It's proposed to use technology to pursue immortality, transhumanism, and genetic and digital modification of humans and other species. Many in power support the integration of every aspect of ourselves, our lives, bodies, minds, and hearts and emotions with a worldwide system of digital technology. The dissolution of the human being into an artificial alternative is suggested to be a natural process. This will result in total human control of the planet and other humans. It is an artificial future that completely ignores the natural, spiritual, and energetic aspects of humanity and Earth. It is dangerous for us to accept these narratives and future projections blindly. They are completely misaligned with nature and natural law and set us on a path of dystopian self-destruction. We are told the world is the way it is because it is the way it is. But what if it's not? What if what we've been told about our human history and the way our world has naturally evolved is not actually true? So Unity explores an alternative history very evident in our architecture and cities at a much deeper level. In chapter 11, we move into co-creation. So there are 4 realms that we experience in our human form. First is the natural ethereal realm, which includes the energies of everything created by the pure life force energy of source. It encompasses all the other realms in our universe, all the species and things we can and cannot even perceive. It encompasses us and what we create as we were created by source. So essentially, everything kind of fits within the natural realm because it is created by the creator or the creations of the creator. The natural worldly realm includes the natural physical conditions we can perceive in this physical 3-dimensional realm of Earth. The unnatural human-made mental realm includes intangible concepts and constructs that start in the human thoughts and minds. And then the unnatural human-made physical realm includes very tangible physical forms that start in the human mind but come into physical reality through our actions and behaviors. So in part 1, we discussed energy and universal laws that govern our reality. And they exist and we are subject to them whether we know they exist or not. Because of the way energy works, the thoughts, intentions, and actions of human beings are all working together to create this physical reality or the human-made realm. However, this current reality is so detached from the qualities of the natural realm created by source consciousness. The human-made systems we're collectively and actively supporting and contributing to are preventing us from living to our full potential. So most of us are completely unaware of our reality and that there are alternative possibilities that we could collectively create if we just shift our focus and become conscious and aware. So in chapter 12, 13 and 14, we delve into the human-made systems in detail. So in part 2, we covered the worldly, relational and ethereal aspects of the human being, and there are 7 parts to us and parts of our life in total. We begin to thrive when our human needs are met in each area, but when our needs are not met, we suffer and decline. So chapters 12, 13 and 14 cover in detail the unnatural and artificial human-made systems that completely oppose nature, natural law and human behavior. Health, medical and food systems are full of artificial, toxic substances. They destroy wellness, make us sick and stop us from thriving. Financial and economic systems are based on debt and exponential growth. They create emotional stress and keep us feeling unsafe and insecure. Education, academia and media systems destroy the mind's natural tendencies to question, think critically and search for truth. They indoctrinate us and make us dumb. Legal systems of government, politics, human law and law enforcements are authority, hierarchy, power and control systems. They destroy freedom and connection to natural law and create injustice and losers, and they keep us in fear. Socially constructed categorizations, cultures and roles destroy a sense of esteem, value and worth. They keep us disconnected and separated. Business, work systems and human commoditization destroy the time and space to explore creativity, imagination and innovation. They keep us distracted from purpose and meaning. Religious and new age systems control and disconnect us from source, truth and the power we are. They keep us small. None of these systems are designed to enhance human life or support human beings to thrive. They are the exact opposite. So if this is resonating with any of you, definitely let me know in the comments below. As we move on to chapter 15, we look at the tools of control. So when we comply and cooperate with these systems, we continue to reinforce and together we co-create them. So why do we continue to comply with these systems that really don't serve us? Human beings are born free and sovereign, and yet we're told that we must go to school for 12 or more years, get a certain type of job where we earn money to pay taxes, interests and fines, and stay enslaved in a system until retirement. So we're tracked and monitored when we travel, and we require permission from councils and the government to do a lot of things. And we just accept this. These systems are designed on concepts of power, greed, hierarchy, and authority. And they rely on fear, manipulation, coercion, scarcity, and lack to keep people complying, terrified of what will happen if they don't. You'll get fined, you'll go to jail, you'll lose your job, you'll be on the streets, you won't be able to feed your kid. It's the fear of the potential consequence of not complying that keep us complying. These systems rely on herd mentality and the common good. So if someone starts to question this narrative, they're quickly pushed back into their place by authority, hierarchy, peers, family, friends, the workplace. We're rewarded when we comply and punished when we don't. So the human-made systems and the reality we live in are a framework and system of control, and it's very difficult to step outside them, yet it is possible. If this is making sense and filling some of the gaps for you, then make sure you hit like and subscribe so I can continue to make this content. Chapter 16 explores the potential timeline of our current reality and the proposed future that is being driven by a small group of people at the top. So the human-made control systems don't work for many people other than those people at the top. There's a much better, more natural way for humans to live, and many people intuitively know this and are searching for this. In response, governments and leaders are shifting the narrative to provide a supposed solution to the collective suffering and struggle of the world. So terms like globalization and centralization are increasingly starting to be used by authorities to solve the very problems they have created. So what is this new narrative we're blindly being asked to follow? Well, more and more we're seeing concepts of centralized authority, power and control being introduced, where a single point of authority controls certain aspects of life across the entire world or very large areas. Many of these organizations and people in power are proposing digital systems of technology and artificial intelligence to track and monitor the behaviors and habits of individuals. So are we headed at this point towards a dystopia or a utopia? Humans are living very disconnected from nature and our natural way of being. Now, it's super easy to follow your programming and believe and accept the world is the way it is, even though it feels wrong and deep down you kind of know it's not. That looks like the easy path to go with the status quo. Or you can choose to get curious, question the reality, and start to figure out what's really going on. Humanity collectively is at a really pivotal point. Either we continue on our current path into a dystopia of artificial intelligence and more hierarchy and control, and we let it happen, or we can see our reality for what it is, choose sovereignty and self-responsibility, and say no to authority, power, coercion, manipulation, fear, and control. We all have the power to choose something else and move towards something, let's say, more utopian, but a better world. The choice is actually yours, and the power lies within every single one of you. So make sure you check out the full series to get the full picture and the story of how the universe, the world, and you really work, why the human body is one of the most powerful creation tools, why, as we've discussed here, the human-made world is so dysfunctional, but in the next episode, how we can actually move forward. How do we change things? If this is starting to give you some clues about why something in the world doesn't feel right, then head over to lizwatt.com/unity to get your copy of Unity. You can grab a free copy of the first chapter while you're there, and the link is in the description. Otherwise, the 4 parts to this series will appear on the screen, or the link will be in the description. I hope this began to answer some of the big questions that you've been asking. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.